Hello everyone, welcome to MC Deck Discussions. I am Avi Small, and today we have another playthrough video for a deck that I'm playtesting. I'll show you the deck in a little bit. It's actually a second version now that I have access to Fear No Evil. I was playtesting an original deck and then modified it once I had access to Fear No Evil starting last night. So I've playtested it against Standard and Expert Claw, and then playtested that original deck against Standard and Expert Red Skull. And then thought, why don't I go against Red Skull again? I liked that matchup. I actually lost the first game with the original deck against Red Skull, then beat him in Standard, and then beat him in Expert. And so I played one game in Expert with the modifications, and I'm about to play another game right here for this video. So why don't I go ahead and share the setup? I'll have timestamps as usual, so skip ahead wherever you want to. So I'll show the setup for Red Skull, and then I'll quickly share the cards in the deck, and then later on, when I have the deck discussion, I'll actually make sure to compare the two decks to each other so you know the changes that I made. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the setup here. Put the red house into play. So we have that here. So notice it has 3 threat on it, and Red Skull cannot take damage, has an interrupt. When a character thwarts this side scheme, they may use their ATK instead of their thwart. So notice that's a character, so it could be the hero or any of the allies. Next, shuffle every other side scheme into the side scheme deck and set it next to the encounter deck. Set the sleeper aside out of play. So over here is the deck that has all of the side schemes in it, and then this is its discard pile. This is the regular encounter deck, and this is its discard pile. And then the sleeper, you'll see me grab the sleeper when it's time for that to occur. All right, and then let's flip that over. All right, and then on this side, we have a forced response. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, reveal the top card of the side scheme deck and put it into play. All right, and then for Red Skull, he has 3 scheme, 1 attack with this asterisk. Red Skull gets +1 ATK for each side scheme in play. And then when revealed, deal each player an encounter card. That encounter card is right over here. And so let me go ahead now and share the deck for, I guess I should have mentioned, this is for Wonderman. All right, let's take a look. All right, the name of this deck is Everything Everywhere All at Once, reminiscent of a movie that came out the last few years. The deck has 40 cards. It's a Justice deck. And the name of the deck is very much because of this card, Everywhere All at Once, which does allow one to remove threat from multiple schemes at a time. And so that's the goal here, is to be able to do everything all at once. So let's quickly go through the allies. We have Cloak and Dagger. Those are the new allies from Fear No Evil, as well as Ghost Rider. And we have Jessica Jones as well. For the events, we have added 3 copies of Clear the Area, 3 copies of Defiance, 3 copies of Everywhere All at Once, Face the Past, and then 3 copies of Turn the Tide. For the player side schemes, we have Evaluate Threat, Show of Empathy, and Superpower Training. For the resources, we have the usual 3 doubles. And for supports, we've added Avengers Mansion and Quinn Carrier. And then for the upgrades, we have 1 copy of Counterintelligence, 1 copy of Skilled Investigator, 1 copy of Stealth Training, and 1 copy of Under Surveillance. All right, let's head on over to the deck. So notice that we don't have any ability, or no, actually Ghost Rider does. Oh, that's part of adding Ghost Rider in here. We do actually have the ability to confuse the enemy because of that. All right, let's go ahead and head over to, I didn't have that ability with the previous deck. Okay, let's go ahead and draw our cards. Hand size is 6. Note that he has 3 recovery on this side. He's an ionic energy being. You may include events with a printed energy resource icon from any aspect in your deck. And the setup put ionic physiology into play. Notice his hand size is 6, hit points of 12. And then Ionic Physiology is a permanent max of 3 cards, can be tucked here, has this response. After you play an event with a printed energy resource, tuck that event from your discard pile under this card. Then heal 1 damage from your identity. Note that the cost arrow is not out. Actually, there it has a correction from FFG. It's just then heal 1 damage from identity, if you can. All right, so let's take a look at the cards we have here and see if we want to dump any of them. All right, those of you who've seen me play before know that I very often don't dump very many cards for a mulligan. In this case, I'm just going to dump Defiance and see if I get a little bit lucky with the new card. So let's draw it back up. And we did. Okay, Stealth Training. Don't mind that at all. So Stealth Training, play under any player's control, max 1 per player. Response after you thwart and exactly defeat a side scheme, exhaust Stealth Training, and stun an enemy. So I don't mind that at all, especially because I didn't actually get this card into play last game. So it'd be nice having that in play. All right, first let's start by getting Skilled Investigator in play. Skilled Investigator says play under any player's control, max 1 per player. Hero response after a side scheme is defeated, exhaust Skilled Investigator, draw a card. Now, in my very first game against Red Skull, I actually kept forgetting to do this. So what made me remember it is when I started attaching it to at least one of the side schemes, and then I started remembering to actually draw this card when I defeat these. So I'm going to do that here. And then let's go ahead and get Stealth Training into play. I'm going to use this energy, this double. So we'll get that into play. So this allows us to, so I'm going to put a little stun counter as my reminder for this. Okay. All right, so response every thwart and exactly defeat a side scheme. Exhaust Stealth Training, stun enemy. Okay, very nice. All right, and then I'd really like to get Mr. Hollywood in, but I can't do that and do this at the same time. Oh, actually, we can get away with this. Okay, let's thwart. Remove 2 threat from Red House. Yeah, nice. That's not bad. So then we'll use Energy Siphon to put. Oh, I didn't need to do that. Okay, let's retract that thwart. Okay, so no, we'll use Energy Siphon to play Mr. Hollywood, and it generates an energy resource to overpay for a card. This card, Active Altruism, is free. And then remove 1 threat from a scheme, remove 2 additional threat from that scheme for each energy resource you overpaid for this card. So we're overpaying, so we're going to remove 3 threat. So that's not bad at all. All right, so we can discard the Red House, and we can draw a card. Okay, and we might keep that for next turn. Yeah, we certainly will. Oh, and then we might as well, oh yeah, okay, so this goes into our discard pile and gets tucked. Now he has +1, he's going to attack for 2 damage. Bringing Red Skull down to 14, and now we'll ready up and draw our hand size. And now it's Red Skull's turn. Oh, real quickly here, I just realized I forgot to exhaust Stealth Training because I did, in fact, defeat a side scheme, or I thwarted and exactly defeated a side scheme. So we get to stun Red Skull. Okay. All right, now I get that ready with the rest of it. Okay. I did do this attack after playing Active Altruism, so I need to discard that. All right. So making some mistakes right off the bat. Let me know if you see any others as the game goes. All right, let's add 1 threat to the main scheme and get side scheme out. Let's get that ready too. All right, censor the past. Okay, let's attach this. Okay, and then Red Skull stunned, unstun him, and get another encounter card ready. Here's the first one. Attached to Red Skull. When Red Skull activates, give him an additional boost card for each side scheme in play, then discard this card. So he'll get at least one extra boost, one on his turn for sure. And when revealed, reveal your set-aside Nemesis minion. Okay, wow, right away, first turn. Okay, so here comes Grim Reaper. And he has Quick Strike, so he's going to attack. And looking at our cards, do we just want to take this damage? Yes, let's just take this damage, so he does 2 damage to us. Okay, and he also has his forced response, but that only occurs when he attacks and defeats an ally, so we don't need to worry about that. All right, let's get the rest. So now we get the side scheme out from Shadow of the Past, and then shuffle the rest of the cards into the encounter deck. Okay, shuffle that up. Oops, I didn't mean to shuffle it that way, so I saw the cards, but that's okay. I didn't really see them anyway. Okay, so we do care about this brother versus brother side scheme. As additional cost to attack Grim Reaper, you must discard 1 card from your hand. So we definitely want to get rid of that. So we're going to do that right away here with clear the area. Oh, wait a minute. No, if we play everywhere all at once instead, then we could be able to take care of 2 schemes at once if we have the right cards for it. Ooh, I was hoping to get Quinn Carrier out. Let's see. If I did 1, 2, 3, but then I won't have Starstruck. Okay, let's see. I could probably let this thread on here go. So, but if I pay 3, I'll be able to take care of all of this. Okay, let's see. So we're going to play everywhere all at once. And we'll be able to overpay with this for the overpayment. So we'll be able to get that 3 thread. So why don't we just do 2 so we won't worry about that one. So do 2 resources. So I can do clear the area, and I'd like to get Cloak out too. Yeah, I think we'll wait on Quinn Carrier. All right. Well, we're not going to get Cloak out anyway. Okay, so we'll pay with Quinn Carrier. So that gives us 2 plus overpay with Mr. Hollywood. Generate a wild resource to overpay for a card. All right, so let's remove 3 threat from each scheme then. So we'll remove these 2 first, boom, and then we'll remove these 2 or these 3. And then when defeated, each player chooses up to 3 cards in their discard pile and shuffles them into their deck. So we will get Quinn Carrier back and Energy Siphon and Active Altruism. All right. And keep the order of the rest. Okay. All right, so now that's defeated. And then Skilled Investigator will draw us a card. Oh, I think I forgot to shuffle this deck. Let's shuffle it up. All right, there we go. Now draw us a card. Oh, Jet Belt. Okay. All right, now this one we did defeat exactly. Oh, first discard this card, put it under here, and heal us up 1. Okay. Now this one right here, Sense of the Past, we did defeat exactly. So that does trigger Stealth Training. Exhaust that, stun Red Skull. All right, so now we have one of these. Now he has an attack of 2. Okay, yeah, let's use Cloak to play Starstruck. And that'll deal 2 damage. All right, deal damage to an enemy equal to your ATK if you overpaid for this card. With a with an energy resource, stun that enemy. Oh, actually, I want to attack with 1 land first. dealing 2 damage. Oh, I should read his ability here. Power Recycling, Wonder Man gets +1. He has 1 ATK to begin with. He gets +1 ATK for each card tucked under Ionic Physiology. He has 1 here. Force Response, after Wonder Man makes a basic attack, discard each card tucked under Ionic Physiology. So I've done that once already, but I forgot to read his ability on that. Okay, so he attacks for 2, discards that. Then we play Starstruck. He only has 1, but that's enough to defeat him. And then Starstruck goes to the discard pile, gets tucked under, and heals us up 1 more. All right, now let's ready up and draw hand size. Okay. So really interesting having stealth training out here right away. So I'm stunning Red Skull the first 2 turns right off the bat. In the previous game, I never got this card in play. So it's kind of neat seeing how effective it can be. All right, let's add 1 threat to the main scheme. Get out the next one of these side schemes. Oh, the Sleeper Awakens. So let's go grab the Sleeper. He's in the shared decks here. And if we go all the way down to out of play, we'll find him in there, and we can bring him out. So he is going to attack us. And then, there we go, close that up. All right. So Red Skull, right, is going to attack for 1, plus the side scheme makes 2. And then when Red Skull activates, give him an additional boost card for each side scheme in play. So he's going to get 1. Oh, he gets no boost cards right now because he's stunned. So he gets unstunned. Okay. All right. And then the Sleeper is going to attack for 3. We're going to take that damage. Okay, down to 9. By the way, he does have Guard, Retaliate, and Toughness. And when revealed, he engages the first player. When defeated, we're going to remove him from the game. And when we do that, we also will remove the Sleeper Awakened side scheme from the game, too. All right. And then, so the Sleeper just attacked us. Now the encounter card. Red Skull. Okay, he is going to get he's going to get first a tough status. And then Red Skull attacks you. Okay, so now he is going to get, there is 1 side scheme in play. He is going to get an extra 1 because of Master Strategist. Okay. So he's attacking for 1, 2, plus these 2 cards. I'm still going to take the hit. That's lucky. If Grim Reaper is in play, he activates against you. And that's lucky too. Wow, that was super lucky. So we took just 2 damage. Oops. There we go. All right, down to 7. And then now Master Strategist is discarded. There we go. All right, back to our turn. Okay, we got to get rid of that tough. Let's see what else we can do here. All right, interesting. Let's get Quinn Carrier out. There's also the Jet Belt. Excuse me. Maybe I should get the Jet Belt out this turn. Yes, let's get the Jet Belt out this turn. So I'm going to, or maybe I'll keep Evaluate Threat, actually. It gives us a different opportunity. Okay, yeah, let's pay this card with, we'll pay with Quinn Carrier and Everywhere All at Once and get out Jet Belt. Okay, and Jet Belt is a hero resource. We can exhaust Jet Belt to generate an energy resource for an event, and we can also generate an energy resource for anything if we exhaust this and discard one of the cards from tucked under Ionic Physiology. All right, so we are going to use Jet Belt to help us play Ionic Blast. Okay. Oh, oops. First, we're going to attack with Wonder Man. Forgot about that part. Okay. So, got to get rid of that tough status. There we go. And then discard that card tucked under. All right. So now, Ionic Blast. deal 3 damage and then 2 additional damage to that enemy for each energy resource you overpay for this card. We're overpaying with Mr. Hollywood. So that makes 3, 4, 5 damage, defeating the sleeper. Okay? And then that goes to the discard pile. Excuse me, heals us for 1. We then put the sleeper out of play, as well as the sleeper awakened out of play. This is not defeated, right? So when the sleeper is defeated, remove this card from the game. It is not, this card is not defeated, so I don't get to trigger Skilled Investigator. All right, do we just ready up? Yes, let's ready up. And we're going to keep Evaluate Threat in our hand. And we do not stun Red Skull this time because we didn't remove threat from a side scheme exactly. Okay. Ready up. Draw our hand size. Okay. Red Skull's turn. Add 1 threat to the main scheme. And he's going to get his next side scheme. Prison Camps. All right. Let's attach Skilled Investigator there. And then he attacks for 1, 2, plus this. We're going to let this attack happen. 3. So give Red Skull a tough status card. He already has one. Okay, good. That didn't do anything extra. So 1, 2, 3. So 3 damage. 8 down to 5. Getting a counter card. Wonder Man cannot attack. Give to the Simon Williams player. Wonder Man cannot attack. Alter Ego action. Exhaust Simon Williams or discard 3 tucked cards under Ionic Physiology. Discard this card. All right. Well, we want to get rid of that for sure. It's unfortunate we don't have a way to get rid of this threat on this game. Okay. Okay, he can't attack right now. However, let's use Avengers Mansion to pay for Evaluate Threat. Just a sec. I'm going to pause the game. I got to get a drink. My throat, I can't seem to clear it. All right, I forgot to add the threat to this. And then I'm going to use Wonder Man to remove that threat, right? He just can't attack. He can thwart. Yes. Okay. So Evaluate Threat. Play only if your identity has the Avenger Shield trait, and he is an Avenger. When defeated, each player may search their deck and discard pile for an Avenger or Shield card, add it to their hand. Reduce the cost to play each of those cards by 2 till the end of the phase. So I'm going to go ahead and grab. Do I grab Avengers Mansion or the other one? Yes, let's grab. Oh, hold on a sec. If I grab the other one, the other one is Quinn Carrier, by the way. Okay, I'm actually going to grab Quinn Carrier. All right, so that's support here. Here we go. Grab Quinn Carrier. Keep the order. All right, so now that reduces its cost by 2, right? So reduce the cost to play that card by 2 to the end of the phase. Okay, let's get this out of play now. All right, so now Quinn Carrier only costs 1 to play. So I'm going to use Starstruck to help play Quinn Carrier. Okay. Then we're going to use Quinn Carrier. Oh, hold on. Let's do the rest of this. Okay, so we removed threat from a side scheme. Exactly. So after you thwart and exactly defeat a side scheme, exhaust health training and stun an enemy. So we're going to exhaust this and stun Red Skull. And then in addition, we have Skilled Investigator, which is going to trigger because a side scheme was defeated, so we draw a card. And then we have Face the Past. That's super interesting. Is that going to give us an extra opportunity? Yeah, it kind of does. Okay, let's use Face the Past here. All right, search the encounter deck discard pile and set aside area for your Nemesis minion and reveal it. So we already know it's in the discard pile because the Nemesis minion came out. All right, there you go, Grim Reaper. All right, so he's been revealed and he has quick strike, so he attacks Go from 5 down to 3. Okay, ready your hero. Draw 3 cards. Ooh, that's super interesting. Okay, and then you cannot attack the villain this phase. Remove this card from the game. Okay, that show of empathy is very interesting here because we can't do any attacks with Wonder Man anyway. All right, let's get out show of empathy. Okay. Notice that Grim Reaper is a cyborg and is not an elite. So show of empathy, we're about to trigger a little bit here, so let's get that going. So we're going to use Quinn Carrier. Come on. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. Use Quinn Carrier and Defiance and Ionic Blast to play Ghost Rider. Okay. And we're not going to need Ghost Rider's ability right now anyway, so we're going to thwart with him. Remove 1 threat here, which will put 1 over here. So now let's read it. Force interrupt. When threat is removed from this game, place that threat on a non-elite minion. So we just did that. If that minion has threat on it equal to or greater than its remaining hit points, add show of empathy to the victory display and attach 1 set-aside copy of redemption to that minion. Okay, we're about to make that happen because we're going to remove 2 threat using Wonder Man and put 2 more threat on here. And then now there's enough threat to match the number of hit points. All right, enough, yes. And so we now are going to trigger the rest of this, right? So first, we add this to the victory display. And then we go ahead and find redemption and attach it to this minion. So what we're going to do is we're going to spawn that card. So we'll go to spawn and spawn it in the player area. Redemption. There we go. Boom. Okay. So we're going to attach that to Grim Reaper and redemption. Take control of attached minion and treat it as a redeemed ally with a blank text box. Its thwart is equal to its printed thwart, and it takes 1 consequential damage after it thwarts or attacks. All right, so that's now over here for us. And let's go ahead and remove 2 threat. We're going to remove that 2 threat from the main scheme, actually. Okay. Oh, no, we can stay on this side because when we're stunned, we have plenty of protection, even if he attacks again. A little bit of a waste if he does, but no, yeah, we're going to stay on this side, actually. So we're going to remove 2 threat from here, from prison camps instead. All right. Yeah, hopefully we can get down to our other side on the next turn. Okay, ready up. Turn our hand size. All right. Add 2 threat to the main scheme because of prison camps. And to get our next card here, Hydra Reinforcements for the next side scheme. He's stunned no longer. And get an encounter card attached to a side scheme. It has Incite 1, so add 1 more threat to the main scheme. Attached to a side scheme. I'll put on Hydra Reinforcements. And what it says is, has a force response. When attached side scheme is defeated, deal the first player an encounter card. Okay, we're going to have our share of encounter cards for sure. All right, first let's go ahead and ready up Skilled Investigator. Got to do that before. All right, so I do definitely want to get rid of this. Man, that's a lot of threat on the main scheme. Okay, what can we do here? Active altruism. All right, what does this do? Okay, let's go ahead and use Wonder Man to remove threat from Hydra Reinforcements, 2 threat from there. And then when defeated, the player who defeated this scheme discards a non-elite minion. That doesn't apply. Discard that. This does. So when attached side scheme is defeated, deal an encounter card here to the first player. All right, now we can discard that. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. I discarded it. Yeah, okay. All right, Skilled Investigator does trigger drawing us. Oh, interesting. Okay, now we're going to use Ghost Rider. Oh, that's okay. Okay, here we go. We're going to attack with Ghost Rider, getting rid of this tough status. And then when Ghost Rider attacks an enemy, spend an energy resource. In this case, 2 energy resources, since it's the villain. Confuse that enemy. Yeah, we need that. Okay, so 2 energy resources. So we'll spend Quinn Carrier as well as Turn the Tide. Okay. Oh, we did exactly defeat a side scheme, so we're going to stun him again. Boy, that's powerful. All right. Okay, interrupted myself there. What am I doing? I've just paid 2 here, so I could confuse the villain. And so now he's confused. All right, so that's a pretty powerful thing there. Okay, and then I'm going to use active altruism to get rid of as much of this as I can, but we also have under surveillance. So I think we'd better get under surveillance out. So let's pay with sunglasses and starstruck. Oh, hold on. Let's get those back for a sec. Let's use jet belt and discard that, plus starstruck, and we'll get under surveillance out. So now that'll give us an extra 4 thread of room there. So I'm going to put some counters on there to represent that 2, 3, 4. Okay, gives us some extra leeway. And then if we use active altruism to remove 1, and then I can pay 2 more energy resources. So we have 1 overpay here and 1 overpay there. So now we can remove 5. So that puts us in a lot better shape. There we go. And then tuck this under here. And then discard this and then tuck it under Ionic Physiology, giving us 1 more life, which is good. And then now let's go ahead and thwart with Grim Reaper, removing the rest of the threat from prison camps. When defeated, the player who defeated this side scheme searches their deck and discards power of an ally, puts it into play, and shuffles their deck. All right, so that's excellent. So let's see what we want. Cloak. Cloak seems like a nice choice here. All right. Yes, because then I'll be able to use Cloak's ability next time. Oh, it does make for an acceleration icon this time. But it'll be all the way through the deck before I get another chance at Cloak. So I'm going to keep that. Okay, yeah, we're going to go with that. All right, and then I might as well save what Cloak has available to do here. All right, and I'm not going to be able to pay 2 energy resources right now. All right, let's go to our alter ego side. So maybe we can finally get rid of this passivism. Ready up, draw our hand size. All right, add 1 threat to the main scheme. Oh, ready skilled investigator, Hydra Patrol, okay. And then he's confused, no longer. Get another one of these. All right, he's got 2 of them. Here's the first one, first encounter card. Okay, Hydra Exo Soldier. Would have liked to have had that out the previous turn. Give Red Skull a tough status. And Red Skull schemes. All right, so he's going to scheme for 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's a big scheme. So there's 5 plus 1 more. It gets all the way up to 8, but we can go 4 above that to 12. So we're okay. But that was quite a bit. All right, so time to go ahead and finally get rid of passivism. So alter ego action, exhaust Simon Williams, boom, and discard this card. All right. Okay, so definitely want to get rid of him. We also got Hydra Patrol. All right, let's see, signature sunglasses. I want to get that into play. Okay, let's get signature sunglasses into play using Quinn Carrier as a resource. All right, I'm going to put that over here actually. Okay, after you change form, we can tuck an event or resource card with a printed energy resource from your discard pile under Ionic Physiology, or we can add a card tucked under Ionic Physiology to your hand. So we're going to change form, and we're going to add this card to our hand. All right. Okay, so now we have some interesting opportunities here. Okay, I'm going to use this defense card to play Clear the Area, getting rid of Hydra Patrol. And then when defeated, each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a Hydra minion, puts it into play, engage with them, and shuffle the encounter deck. So let's check out the minions here in the discard pile. None. Wow. That means there are a bunch right in here. We're about to get a slew of these probably. Okay. Wow. Yeah, there are a ton in here. Okay, we're going to get the Hydra regular in. Shuffle that deck. All right, discard Hydra Patrol. We can now draw a card because of that. And we defeated using Clear the Area. We can draw a card because of that. And we did defeat it exactly. So with Stealth Training, we are going to stun an enemy. Oh, he's already stunned. Oh, okay, so we'll just stun you. Okay, that's not bad. All right, just going to Clear the Area. Yeah, that's not bad at all. All right. So let's go ahead and attack with Grim Reaper and defeat Hydra regular, and that defeats Grim Reaper, and Redemption now leaves the game. All right, so now we could use Cloak's ability. Let's go ahead and do that. Exhaust Cloak and spend 2 energy resources, find Dagger, and put her into play. So we'll use this card for 2 resources, so we're going to take a damage. Okay, and let's go grab Dagger and put her into play. Oh, I already know she's not in here, right? Yeah. So Dagger's got to be in here. And here we go. Now Dagger comes into play. Oh, I forgot about the acceleration token. Let's shuffle that deck. I forgot about this acceleration token, so there should have been one more threat on the main scheme. All right. And then now Cloak loses each of those acceleration icons. So now that essentially isn't in effect. And then if Cloak is in play, and Cloak is, Dagger takes -1 consequential damage after she uses a basic power. All right, so she usually has 2 consequential, she only has 1. So she's going to attack and get rid of this tough. Okay. And then, oh, when I remove that threat, I should use Turn the Tide to get rid of that tough. Yes, okay. I'm going to say I did that, and I got rid of the tough. So when she attacked, she actually dealt 2 damage. Okay, and then Turn the Tide when our discard pile gets tucked under and adds 1 hit point. All right, next. Let's use Active Altruism. Okay, and then we're going to pay 1, 2 extra here to remove 2 additional threat 2 more times, so 5 threat altogether from the main scheme. So this goes down from 9 to 4. Put that in the discard pile and then tuck under. And up to 5 hit points now. Was I supposed to exhaust this? No, I didn't have to. All right. So now let's get Jessica Jones in play. Oh, wait, we already have 3 of these in play. Well, since that's the case, we might as well use Everywhere all at once. Okay. And we'll use Energy Siphon. And I'm not going to bother paying with a life here. We'll just remove 2 threat with Everywhere all at once. Discard it, tuck under Ionic Physiology, heal up for 1 more. And then Ghost Rider, we'll wait on because he's stunned. Yes, we'll wait on Ghost Rider because I would like to use this attack 1 more time and confuse Red Skull. So let's hold off on that. All right, let's ready up. Draw our hand size. Okay. All right, let's add 1 threat to the main scheme. Oh, ready Skilled Investigator. Okay, get the next one of these. Mass Chaos. Okay, when revealed, each player discards the top 5 cards of their deck and places 1 threat here for each different type of resource icon they discarded this way. All right, let's hope we get lucky with that. Oh, there's exactly 5. All right, so he's going to get an extra encounter card from this. So let's see, Energy, Physical, Wild, Mental. So all 3 types. Oh, sorry, I've got to go backwards. We got to see what that card is. So all 4 types. Unbelievable. And this deck has so many energy resources in it, but they were not dominant in this case. Okay, 4 of those. All right, and there's the encounter card. Okay, and then Red Skull is no longer stunned. The Hydra Exo Soldier is no longer stunned. Get a second encounter card, reveal the first one. And this forced response we can ignore for now. And then attached to Red Skull, his attacks gain piercing and ranged. Okay. Plus he gets +1 thwart and +1 ATK. All right, let's see what we can do now. All right, so first, actually, I'm going to thwart with Cloak. Here we go, remove 2 threat from Mass Chaos. And then I'll use Active Altruism, overpaying with Mr. Hollywood to remove 3 threat. So that's gone. We can then draw a card because of Skilled Investigator. And then this goes down to our discard pile and then underneath. Oh, hold on. I didn't realize we already had that many underneath. Hold on. I wouldn't have done that first then. Let's undo that. All right. So first, actually, we're going to attack with Wonder Man. So he has... oh, I've been tucking under him instead. Ionic Physiology. So he has 3 cards tucked under him. So that means under Ionic Physiology, actually. So he has 4 attacks. So he's going to attack the Hydra Flame Soldier and defeat him. So now we have to discard all these cards that were supposed to be under Ionic Physiology. All right. Then we'll go ahead and use Active Altruism and overpay with Mr. Hollywood to remove 3 threat, which will finish off Mass Chaos. Oh, I forgot to put that the damage token here for the consequential damage. All right, now we can discard it and tuck it under Ionic Physiology, put it in the right spot now. Add 1 threat, add 1 health. Now we remove that rest of that threat, so we can use Skilled Investigator to draw a card, and we can also use Turn the Tide as this response attack after your hero thwarts and removes all threat from a scheme, deal 3 damage to an enemy. That will finish off the Hydra Exo Soldier. Okay. Again, go to the discard pile, then tuck underneath, and add 1 more health. All right. Now let's attack with Ghost Rider. And that's going to get rid of this tough status. And then if we pay 2 energy resources, we'll pay with Quinn Carrier and Everywhere all at once. Okay, that's an energy as well. Yes. Okay. And so that is going to confuse that enemy. And it is an interrupt, so it happens ahead of time for sure. So he's now confused. Okay. And Ghost Rider gets consequential damage, is defeated. All right. Then let's see. Was thinking about yeah, we'll wait on Jessica Jones. All right. So play active altruism. Remove 1 threat from a scheme. We'll overpay with Mr. Hollywood. Removing 3 more threat here. And discard and tuck under ionic physiology, bring the health up to 9. And then let's use the jet belt and discard one of these cards here to get superpower training into play. There we go, with 3 threat on it. Okay. All right, and this did not trigger this time, stealth training. But dagger can in fact attack if we want. Definitely need to start getting some damage on here. So let's attack with dagger, deal 2 damage, 14 down to 12 on Red Skull. All right, let's go to Alter Ego. Ready up and draw our hand size. Get a nice big hand. Okay, let's add 1 threat to the main scheme. Ready that card too. Get the side scheme. Hydra Patrol again. All right. Okay, and Red Skull has 3, 4. Oh, he's confused. Okay. Oops. Remove him. There we go. Okay, getting a counter card. And in site 1, that's 1 more threat. And that's a Hydra regular. All right. Okay, well, let's see what we can do here. Oh, when I flipped over, I forgot I could use this ability here. Excuse me. All right, we'll definitely do that this turn. Okay, let's flip over. And now we'll use Signature Sunglasses, add a card tucked under Ionic Physiology to your hand. Yeah, let's get Turn the Tide. All right. And then I'm going to attack with dagger and defeat the Hydra regular. She takes consequential, gets defeated. All right. And then let's use Cloak. Cloak's ability here. Exhaust Cloak, spend 2 energy resources and find dagger and put her into play. So we're going to spend the 2 defiances here. And let's go ahead and grab dagger and put her back into play. Keep the order of that. All right, next. Everywhere at once. Yes, let's get everywhere all at once. So let's use Jet Belt to pay. Let's use Quinn Carrier to pay. And then we'll overpay with Mr. Hollywood. And we're going to go for these 2 side schemes here. So first, and so we're going to remove 3 threat from those. So let's do Hydra Patrol first. And we're just going to get you back into play. Skilled Investigator, draw a card. And remove all 3 of Superpower Training. Okay. And Superpower Training. Each player may search their deck and discard pile for an identity-specific upgrade and put it into play. Before we do that, I'm going to take care of this while I'm thinking of it. That was exactly the right amount of threat, so we can now exhaust this and stun an enemy. We're going to stun Red Skull. All right. And then let's go ahead now. Superpower training, find an identity-specific upgrade and put it into play. So we should have one more left, I believe. None there. Let's look in the deck. There it is. What are you? Okay, so that's a nice little protection card. A card to protect our hero. Shuffle that deck. Let's detach that. All right. So what it does is basically prevents Wonder Man or even his other alter ego side from being defeated. So I put little 4 icons. He'll have 4 hit points left afterwards. So I put that as a marker on there as a reminder. All right. And oh, when I flipped over to this side, I meant to trigger this. Oh, I did do that already. All right. Okay, now we removed all that threat. So everywhere at once goes a discard pile, then gets tucked under. Ionic Physiology heals up for one more, up to 10. And then that triggers, since we defeated Scheme, it triggers this card, turn the toe, turn the tide, and turn the tide. Both of them, they're going to do 6 damage to Red Skull, bring from 12 down to 6. Okay, discard both of those and take one back and tuck it and heal him up to 11. We're going to attack with Dagger, taking 1 consequential because of her ability instead of 2, defeating Hydra Regular. Simon Williams is going to, how do I want to do that? Ionic Blast can deal 3 damage and then 2 extra for each one. Okay, I'm actually going to use Jessica Jones to play Ionic Blast. We're going to overpay with Mr. Hollywood. So that's 3, 4, 5 points of damage. Oh, yeah, 5 points of damage. Bringing Red Skull's second stage down to 1. Discard that card. And then Simon Wonder Man, I'm actually going to just remove the 2 remaining threat here for now. And he's currently stunned, so we should probably just stay on this side. Yeah, let's just stay on this side. Ready up? Draw our hand size. Okay. All right, let's do this. Add 1 threat to the main scheme. Ready, Skilled Investigator. Bring out the next side scheme. Prison Camps. Okay. And then he is stunned no longer. An encounter card. And Hydra Jet Trooper has Quick Strike, so he's going to attack for 2. He goes from 11 down to 9. All right. Okay. Time to do some blasting here. I wonder how much damage we can do on Red Skull. Yeah, let's see what we can do. Do I have any threat removal? Okay, let's attack with Dagger and defeat the second stage of Red Skull. All right, and he now has 20 hit points. Okay, so how close can we come? Ionic Blast can deal up to 9. So how many of those can we get away with? We could do both. Oh, this is game over. All right, let's finish it. So first we'll use Energy Siphon. Okay, so and we'll, oh, these are Starstrucks. They are not Ionic Blast. Okay, so hold on. This can deal 9. Each of these could deal 4 is 8 is 17. Oh, I think we can still win this. So let's go ahead and use Energy Siphon to pay for Ionic Blast, and we're going to use all of it. So we're going to take 3 damage. 1, 2, 3, bring us down to, wait, let's reverse that. I think I made a mistake. Okay, we were at 9, so that's going to put us at 6. points. All right. And then, so 6 hit points. So it does 3 damage, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points of damage. Okay, so down from 20 to 11. Here we go. Okay. Discard Ionic Blast. And then we're going to use Jet Belt to play Starstruck. And that's going to deal damage to enemy equal to your ATK. His ATK is currently, he has 3 cards tucked here. His ATK is currently 4. That deals 4 damage to Red Skull, bringing it down from 11 to 7. Okay. All right, and we overpaid with Mr. Hollywood, so he's actually also stunned. Not a tough stunned. Okay. Discard that card. And then we will also we'll use Avengers Mansion to pay for Starstruck and overpay again. Deal 4 more damage, bring it down from 7 to 3. Then we're going to attack with Wonder Man, dealing 4 more damage. So that gives him, goes past by 1. So I'll put that extra 1 there to keep track of it. And then just in case I made a mistake with any of that, you know, I could always also attack with Cloak to deal 1 more damage. And I could also use it to, you know, remove a threat if I wanted to. Okay, so I had both of those options. If I were keeping track of points, like based on when we played the tournaments, I do have 1 minion in play and 1 side scheme in play. So I would have had the perfect score is 10. That would have subtracted 2 hit 2, and so would have been 8, an 8-point victory. Overall, though, huge amount of control in that game because I kept stunning Red Skull due to this stealth training. What a difference! I did not have, like I said, I did not have stealth training the first game. I never had it in play at all, and I did still stun Red Skull here and there because of the ability of these cards right here, Starstruck. So because of those, I did stun the villain a fair number of times. But I was able to really hamper Red Skull in a big way because of self-training in this game. So Red Skull, this is a highly effective card against Red Skull. All right, hope you enjoyed that demonstration of the deck here, and we'll catch you in the next one. Be sure to like and subscribe if you appreciate this kind of content. Have a great one, everybody.